Hello and welcome to Energy Projections podcast. Today we are going to look into this dashboard created by Energy Projections and dealing with natural gas fundamentals in France. If you are someone who frequently looks into the natural gas market of France and fundamentals in particular such as natural gas consumption, production, storage, as well as gas and LNG trade, then this report is for you. Even if you look at the French natural gas market occasionally, but are interested in knowing about salient emerging trends in terms of fundamentals, then you'll find this dashboard very useful. The dashboard itself is made up of three reports. The first report looks into natural gas consumption trends in France. The second report deals with natural gas inflows in the French market. And finally, the third report looks into gas outflows from the French market. Looking at the first report on natural gas consumption in France, we can see there are three charts. The dashboard itself and all the reports within it are interactive and highly customizable. So for instance, if we are looking at the first chart that shows us annual natural gas consumption in France starting from 2018 till 2020, then all the data in this view is annual. However, not all our clients are interested in annual data. Some ask for monthly data, others for daily data. And then some clients, they want to filter data out based on their own time frame. This dashboard and all the reports within it does exactly that. So for example, in this chart, if we drill down one level, then we can see in this view monthly natural gas consumption data in France starting from November 2018 going up to May 2020. If we drill down a level further, then we can see natural gas consumption data in France on a daily basis. And daily data is the finest granularity we have for gas consumption in France. Now say if we go up a level and if we are interested in looking at natural gas consumption in France for a given month, say January 2020, all we need to do is to click on the bar, and now if we drill down, then we can see for the month of January 2020 on a daily basis natural gas consumption in the country. So this demonstrates the power of customization in the report. Now if we look at the second and third charts, they are equally important. What they show are year-on-year comparison in terms of key fundamentals. So for example, if we are looking at the second chart, then it shows so far this year in France on a daily basis what has been the country's natural gas consumption and how does that compare with the same period a year ago. Now this is something which is quite frequently looked in the markets. Similarly, if we are looking at the third chart, then it deals with year-on-year comparison of another important fundamental, which is natural gas injection and withdrawal. Now looking at the chart, any gas injection we have shown it as negative, so it lies below the zero line, and any natural gas withdrawal is a positive number lying above this line, the zero line. So all the injections and withdrawals are net figures, so net gas injections and net gas withdrawals. Now moving forward to the second report, which is on natural gas inflows. When we talk about natural gas inflows, we are not just talking about imports. We already know that France is a major importer of pipeline natural gas as well as LNG. But other factors or other fundamentals that influence inflows are things like domestic natural gas production as well as storage. So if we look at the first chart in this report, then it deals with things like pipelines from Norway, Belgium, Germany, Spain, and Switzerland, which are useful sources of natural gas supplies into the French market. But at the same time, we also deal with regasified LNG, so how much LNG is coming into the French market, as well as natural gas coming out of the storage and into the French market. So the first chart gives us the composition of this supply dynamics. If we look at the second chart, once again it provides us the year-on-year comparison of natural gas supplies or natural gas inflows in France. More importantly, what we can also do is we can look into a particular channel of inflows. So for example, if we are interested in looking into only pipeline natural gas supplies coming into France from Norway, then we can select that. And there we go. We have got in this view natural gas supplies into France from Norway compared on an annual basis. One of the key trends we can see over here right away is that since the end of February, natural gas supplies from Norway into France has been consistently lower on an annual basis. So these kind of trends we can very easily figure out from these customizable and interactive dashboards. So if we can undo the filter now. Now looking at the third chart over here, it provides a disintegrated view of natural gas inflows into France by source. Once again, what we can do is, this is all annual data at the moment in this view. If we drill down one level, then we can see in this view monthly data by different sources, and if we drill down further, then we can see daily data in terms of natural gas inflows into the French market. So once again, we can see the power of customization in these reports. Now finally, moving on to the third report, which is on natural gas outflows from France, then we can see it is very similar to the inflows report. But when we talk about natural gas outflows, what we actually mean is not just natural gas exports from France, but also the volume of natural gas that France puts back into its storage sites. So that's also in effect taking that volume of natural gas out of the French market. And in fact, if we look at the first figure over here, then we can see that around 51.6% of natural gas for the data we have in this report, so from 2018 to 2020, about 51.6% of natural gas outflows were attributed to storage. So this is a really important part of natural gas outflows in France. Now similarly, if we look at the second chart, it provides a year-on-year comparison in terms of natural gas outflows, and we can once again do the customization based on the outflow channel or channels. And similarly, the third chart, it provides a disintegrated view of natural gas outflows from the French market. Now, one thing I would like to mention is for any of the charts, we have the capacity to download data in any view. So say if we go to the monthly view for natural gas consumption. And then if we want to download the monthly data, all we need to do is click on the button over here, and then we can download it as a CSV file or as an Excel file or as Google Sheets. So once again, several of our clients find this feature very useful. Then they can take our data and use that in the models they may have for further analysis. So I hope you have enjoyed this presentation, and thanks for listening.